Hi friends, today we are going to discuss about materialized view in Oracle. It is basically a snapshot which we use it to call in the past. Unlike in the normal view, the query results is completely stored in a snapshot table. So that way it is really helpful, not affecting the actual transaction table, and it will not affect the application performance. That is the ultimate goal. And most commonly this materialized view being used for reporting needs or business intelligence needs predominantly. When we talked about the materialized view types, when we create it, like it can be a complete refresh, we can say when I say complete refresh, it's like a truncate and load every time when you want it. Based upon the use case, we can make use of this complete refresh. Otherwise, if you want to go for an incremental approach, like the first time you are loading the full data, but later on whatever the changes, only the new data or the changes data only you want to make use of it. In that case, either fast or force refresh we can use it. So this will helpful in the incremental approach. So that way the network traffic and replication task timing, everything reduced in the incremental approach. But again, the dimension table or some lightweight table, if you want to do it with a complete refresh, that is good. But when the heavyweight transaction table, if you want to use it, it's recommended to make use of faster force refresh. And when we come to control how to refresh the materialized view once it's been created, so we can mention during the creation itself, like on commit mode or on demand. When we say on commit, on the actual source table, we are using it to create a materialized view. That particular table, transaction, anything happens on immediately on committing the transaction, automatically the materialized view gets refreshed as well. But that is again, it will be controlled internally. It will be harmful in the performance side. It's better to deal with on demand. So let us do one thing. So again, before getting into getting creating the materialized view, we need the basic privilege, like the create materialized view privilege and database link privilege, in case you are going to use the remote table across the database that time. So these two basic privileges needed before getting into it. So now what we are going to discuss for the day is like a fast refresh. Out of the three refresh methodology we discussed, correct, like out of which we are going to discuss fast refresh. When I say fast refresh, the first time it will build complete data as a full data refresh, but and subsequently we are going to collect the data incrementally. Okay, so for my use case, I already have a source table called employees table, which has around uh, sorry, just a second. So I have just a second, let me open the table again. So I have around 107 records. Okay, so the first step for fast refresh, what I'm going to do is we have to create a log table. So this log table, materials view log table on the source table with the primary key, like the employee id is the primary key. So in case of changes in the primary keys or update the new things, so it will be taken care part of this particular command. Okay, this is the step one we are going to do is. So once, see this materialized view log being created. Okay, so when it's once it's created, when you refresh the table side, you'll see the difference. See mlog dollar underscore employees table, this is the vector table. It will be created. In this you can see the dml type, old or new value, vector information, all these things. We don't need to get into so much of detail of what is this, but I can gradually give the idea, the basic idea about how the data being collected. Okay, so now let's jump into, see, materials field log table on employees table got created. This is how you see, yeah, the log information for which table being used, and the corresponding mlog table got created in the table set. Okay, that is the first step. So here only the incremental data being captured, and the very next step is the actual snapshot table we need to create on the query result set. Here the query result is simple select star from the source table. Okay, and I'm using the build immediate method. When I say build immediate method, so the first time it will whatever the data is being there in the employees table, this query result set, it will capture immediately in the first go with. Okay, and the later in the subsequent refresh when we do we can get the incremental data. So the next command what we are using is refresh fast. As we discussed before, there are three types, right? Complete, fast, refresh. We are using fast refresh for incremental purpose. And as I told, this on demand is we need to control the refreshing of the materialized view. So that is the reason we are keeping on demand instead of on command. Okay, so now I'm going to issue this command to create the actual snapshot table. Okay, so now log table got created, materialized view table got created. Okay, now again if you go and refresh it, you will see another table called me underscore employees. Okay, this is the actual snapshot table. So whenever you refresh it, this snapshot table holds the data for you to make use of it. Now if you can come under materialized view, also refresh it, so you can see this MV got created. Okay, but the actual table what you're going to query is from the table side. Okay, so now let us see the ME employees table built immediately, since we mentioned automatically the 107 records from the query result set being captured. See, so the first time it's like complete refresh kind of thing. The first go it got created. Now we are going to test about the incremental data validation. So what I'm going to do, that for that use case I'm updating one record. Okay, the last name information I'm updating for one employee, one update. Okay, and the next thing is I'm introducing a employee record. So I'm going to introduce a employee record here. Okay, so okay, so now let us try to so this record is not going through completely. Okay, let me reinsert it again. So okay, yeah, I think the email ID validation is going failed here. So email, last name. Okay, so this is going failure. So email information is failing. So I'm just trying to correct the record. Just a second. So yeah, this insert record as well got created. So now if I go and check in the step 4, if okay, now if I see in the materialist view log table, that delta table, you should see one insert record and update records. Okay, so when I say this old and new information kind of things, the vector table holds information, incremental data. Okay, so then now let us commit this information. So still the materialist log is there. So so since we said on demand, we are going to cover up, like we have to refresh it this step 5. So we need to maintain the trigger refresh operation. Why? Because we are controlling by ourselves. So now let us try to refresh it. Once this is refreshed completely, So now you can go back and check the step 4. You will see the records got disappeared from the incremental data. See, there is no, because it's already been processed, and we have to ensure giving F option additionally part of this refresh method. Why? Because this is we are indicating as a fast refresh. So to pick up the incremental data from the M log table, the materialized view log table. Okay. Now if you go back and see whether the changes we have been made, like the update record and the new inserted records with the step 6, you can see that the records have been reflected appropriately. So now if you see all the way in the bottom, if you go and see, uh, so I can show you where employee underscore id in so the changes what we have made is reflected correctly. See here, I updated the changes, the last name from kings to king. The changes have been taken care incrementally, and the new records whatever we have done as well inserted appropriately from the incremental log. I think that's all for the day, friends, and hope this video is really useful for you. So please subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching my video. Thank you.